Greetings and welcome to NECAT Now, a show where we explore Nashville and Middle Tennessee to tell you all about the great people, places, and events that make Music City so special. I'm your host, Cameron McCasland, coming to you from the NECAT studio right here in Nashville. On today's show, we welcome two wonderful guests from Nashville Public Library here to tell us all about an upcoming event that will have Lego brick builders, new and old, building towers, flowers, dinosaurs, or anything else they can imagine at the downtown main library during the 15th annual Lego contest. First, we welcome Pat Bashir, Manager of Children's Services for NPL. Since 2012, she has trained multiple children's librarians to meet the needs of our community and to ensure excellent experiences through programs for all ages, with the goal of connecting children to reading in a fun way. Welcome, Pat.
Thank you so much for having us.
Also with us on our show today, NPL Children's Librarian Nikki Glassley, who has been with the Nashville Library for the last 6 years. When she's not in story time, you can probably find her hiking in the woods or hanging out with her cats. Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's so great to have librarians with us. It's like NECAT, of course, is part of the Nashville Public Library, so we always enjoy whenever you guys come over from the main library or all the other branches and talk to us about these things. But I want to hear just a little bit about what you do at the library. Obviously, you talk about children's, but like, what does it mean to be a librarian or to be a children's librarian specifically? And Pat, we'll start with you.
Thank you. So being a children's librarian is getting paid to have fun.
Okay.
So basically, we connect children to reading, with fun programs and fun activities. We also, as you know, have a state-of-the-art department that is built around play, and so kids come and play and are surrounded by books. So we want them to relate reading with fun. So that's basically what we do. And we do activities for children 0 to 12 and programs that are geared to develop their early literacy skills and to get them ready to read.
Yeah. Nikki, how about you?
I would second all of that, and to build on that, I would just add that even as children's librarians, we're still information finders. We're still there to help kids learn how to navigate all of the many options they have for resources, especially as that gets more complicated and more confusing, and to help their parents and their caregivers do the same thing.
Now, when it comes to the main library downtown specifically, we see a lot of kids that come in and out of there. My children are teenage and college age at this point, so we don't spend as much time in the children's department as we used to. But there's so many different things that they can do outside of just reading. It's like they have like your story times. There's obviously the puppet shows that happen at the main library. But what are some of the other types of events that happen for children on a monthly basis?
So we have events that happen weekly, and we also have some that are monthly. Mm-hmm. So Mondays, basically, we have baby story times at 9:30 and 10:30. The earlier one is for babies 0 to 1, mm-hmm. and the second one is for babies 1 to 3. And so Toddler Tales is for more like mobile children. And then on Tuesdays, we have the Witching Chair story time at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30. And on Wednesdays, we have Musical Movement, which Miss Nikki does with Miss Haley. And, that is more like music and movement and books around that, and keeping the kids, entertained and on their feet. Moving. And then Thursdays we have Spanish story time, which is an immersion of the language, getting the kids exposed to a different language, and kids learn a second language by going to that program, and the adults as well. And then we have Homeschool Friends in the afternoon. Is geared obviously to homeschool families. And then Fridays and Saturdays, we have puppet shows. And I let Nikki talk about the monthly programs.
Yeah, so our monthly program primarily is Dungeons and Dragons for kids, awesome. Where one of our librarians teaches kids the ins and outs of playing D&D and leads modules with them. We also do a therapy dog program where kids can come and practice their reading skills with a very friendly golden retriever who really loves the kids as much as they love her.
Very nice. I know you said that one of the things, we have this thing that we do in Spanish. Can you, for our Spanish speakers that may be watching at home, can you invite them to the main library for one of these events in Spanish for us?
Oh, absolutely. Los invito a que participen de nuestra hora de cuentos en español o cuentacuentos, lo llamamos cuentacuentos. Vengan y nos visitan los jueves a las 10:30 y bienvenidos a que sus niños practiquen más el español y para que ustedes conozcan otros padres de familia.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to need to take a quick break, but when we come back, Pat and Nikki will share more about their experiences working with the children at Nashville Public Library, as well as tell us about the upcoming Lego contest celebrating its 15th year here in Nashville. Stay tuned and we'll be right back here on NECAT Now.
Did you know Metro Arts and Nashville Public Library have a free lending library? Library card holders can choose from a selection of artworks by local Nashville artists and borrow for up to 3 months. The collection includes framed paintings, photographs, and mixed media. After 3 months, bring the artwork back and borrow a different piece. Available at Donaldson, East, Green Hills, Hermitage, Madison, Old Hickory, and Southeast branches of Nashville Public Library. For more information and to browse the collection online, please visit library.nashville.gov.
Hi, I'm Corey Frederick from the Goodlettsville Branch Library. Did you know that you could get a free library card at any Nashville Public Library branch or online at library.nashville.gov?
Welcome back to NECAT Now. If you're just now joining us today, our guests are Pat Bashir and Nikki Glassley from Nashville Public Library, who have been sharing their experiences working with the children at NPL. This year, they're celebrating the 15th anniversary of NPL's Lego contest, which welcomes Lego maniacs young and old to submit their best original creations for competition or join the fun by voting for their favorites. Pat, when is this event taking place?
So registration started mid-January and it ends February 7th. And then the participants can drop off their creations starting February 8th. 9 to 4, it is, and then they can drop off Monday and Tuesday of that week as well, and judging will be on Thursday.
It will be on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a public vote as well, Nikki, is that right, where people can come to the library, kind of tour the models and put a vote in? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's our crowd favorite vote, so that the people who view Lego also get to have a little say in some of the winners. You just view our Lego entries either in person at the library or you can view them online and then vote using a Google form. We'll tabulate those and announce the winners at the award ceremony.
So in the past, is there any favorites that you remember that you were like, oh, someone built this type of thing? Because you see these like big, elaborate things and you see these small things, and it's like, and depending on what age the person is coming at it from or just their experience, you know, is there something that sticks out in your mind from the last few years you've been doing this that you just really loved?
I have a favorite. It's been a series. We've watched this same young man come in and bring pieces that are all very similar. It's a very usually mundane daily setting. He did a game room one, but instead of having people, he builds little alligators to go in each one. So in the game room, there were alligators playing pool and watching movies, and he's done other restaurants and things, but it's always alligators, never people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pat, anything you remember from the past?
Yeah, I think one of my favorites was a butterfly, and I love butterflies, so that was just amazing.
I know when I was a kid, I mean, I think every kid has had a Lego somewhere, like you just kind of get with it, but I remember like just building these big towers, but always like trying to build like just like complete cities. You know, like you had a limited amount, like how can you spread this out and then have a little guy that goes through that. And obviously here at NECAT, you know, it's like we do a lot of video type stuff, so we see stop motion animation from Lego. I know that's not exactly part of this contest, but is that something that you see interest in from the people that are coming to like visit and, you know, participate in this contest that you hear about?
We do get Lego pieces that are beyond just the building, and they will have elements of electricity or pulleys and things that are built into them that have little notes for our judges, letting them know that this section needs to be opened up and then you crank this wheel or you push this button. So we see those elements of technology being built into some of the entries we get.
A few fun facts for our viewers watching at home. Even though NPL is celebrating its 15th year hosting this Lego event, the Lego company itself has been around for a lot longer. Lego was created in 1932 by a Danish carpenter named Kurt Christensen, who made yo-yos and other wooden toys. The name Lego comes from the Danish word legat, which means play well. The little plastic bricks, as we know them today, were patented in 1958 after revitalizing the toy company using an injection molding process. Today, LEGO produces 306 million LEGO tiles per year for brick builders all around the world from its headquarters in Berlin, Denmark. So all the way from Denmark to us here right here in Nashville, Tennessee. We all have got to enjoy this great toy, but we will say that it's not totally bound to actual Legos. If you have Mega Blocks or Duplo or all the different types, no hard rule on that. It's any kind of building block you can use in this contest. Am I correct in saying that?
Building blocks that interconnect, yes.
Yeah, fantastic. With that, how many people do you expect to enter this contest roughly?
I would say we're looking for about 250 entries to join us this year.
Wow. And these are, people, obviously probably mostly in Nashville, Davidson County, but people probably coming from outside, I would imagine, to participate in something like this. Have you had anyone from a far off place that has been like, oh, I came here from far, far away?
No, most people are in Tennessee.
Okay.
So yeah.
So no one from Denmark.
They're not all down here. Nobody from Denmark.
Okay,
no,
fantastic.
I want to clarify that the Lego contest includes kindergartners, preschoolers through adults. Just because we just serve the children's department, we also partner with our teen department for them to help us put this to fruition. So they help us with everything. And Maser Construction sponsors the Lego contest, and so they also bring their volunteers to help us out.
So tell me again the dates for the viewing and for the award ceremony.
Viewing will be on February 14th, all day while the library is open, and then on February 15th we'll have viewing in the morning, and then we'll have the award ceremony in the afternoon.
Okay, and for those of you watching at home, if you want to watch the award ceremony on February 15th, we'll be airing it live right here on the NECAT network, so you'll be able to tune in there and see it reruns in the weeks that follow and everything else. Once more, we're going to need to take a quick break here on NECAT Now, but Lego That Remote, we'll be right back with these two Block Star librarians, Nikki Glassley and Pat Bashir, after the break. Stay tuned.
What's NECAT?
A place for anyone.
Sure. NECAT Network.
That's Nashville Education, Community, and Arts Television.
Everyone knows that.
But did they know that NECAT runs 3 television stations that serve counties all over Middle Tennessee?
We know that! But what a lot of people don't know is that NECAT is also an active community partner.
That's right. We're more than a television network. We love Nashville, and we love supporting as many organizations any way we can.
From Friends Life to Nashville Predators Foundation, NECAT provides studio access and training to help community organizations. So when you think of NECAT,
remember, we're way more than a television station.
We're Nashville.
Thank you, Predators!
Welcome back once again to NECAT Now. I'm your host, Cameron McCasland, in conversation about tiny plastic bricks with Pat Bashir and Nikki Glassley from Nashville Public Library, who have been telling us all about the Lego contest coming up at the main library this February 14th and 15th. You can come downtown to the main library those days and look for yourself and cast a vote for your favorite Lego build. You can also see a performance from the Science Guys and their electromagnetic adventure. That sounds pretty exciting. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so we invite the Science Guys from the premise that the Lego contest is a STEAM-related program because of the engineering that happens, and I would say art as well, right?
Absolutely.
And so we kind of wanted to celebrate our 15th year anniversary, so invited the Science Guys to come and do a science program.
Very cool. What when it comes to their show, what can people expect to see in something like that, Nikki?
They can expect to see a lot of very cool science experiments. Some of them they might even be able to replicate at home after the Lego contest, but the Science Guys definitely always make science fun and really interactive.
I love that. And you mentioned STEAM before and just kind of how you guys are committed to that program. What are some of the things that tie this event to STEAM and all the other great things the library is doing that's connected to STEAM? Can you talk a little bit about that, Pat?
Yes. So STEAM is there is a big push for the kids to learn and see science as a fun thing, right? Mm-hmm. So we do some STEAM related programs, and one of them is Lego because of the engineering. with the science. Sometimes we have science programs. We do little experiments in the homeschool program. Is also STEAM oriented. We also have a program called MMPS STEAM, and then MMPS partners with us, and they do a STEAM program for the little ones, because most of our audience is preschoolers. So they have, and this program has been so successful that the patrons now are asking for it. So, so we try to do some programs, some things with science, technology, engineering, math, and art. And so, and the math happens in story times all the time. We do 5 little ducks or 5 little something, and we're always counting with the kids in our story times.
Mm-hmm. I think the STEAM is inherent to building with Legos, working on kids' spatial abilities, figuring out a cause and effect of if you put this brick here, what will happen next, what will make the strongest possible structure. There's a lot of that kind of analytical thinking that goes into Lego that this program really encourages.
Yeah, I know, like Lego, in a sense, like it's you're playing, and when you're playing, you're learning as you play. I think it may be one of the best toys for that, to just kind of learn how things go together, and like how things can be solid or things can be not so solid if you build them in a certain way or don't put things, in the places where they go. But I do want to share some things that we have here for our audience watching at home. For all you Lego lovers here at the Nashville Public Library, we have a lot of books, movies, and instructional videos in their collection, and we brought some of those here with us today to kind of show off. Put this here. You got our, for the youth, like scholastic books type of things, the Animal Atlas. We've got our Marvel visual dictionary for all our superhero lovers, as well as one for Star Wars for people that like big space adventures. There's, of course, Harry Potter, which is a book that did very well at the Nashville Public Library. Whenever you think about your favorite Harry Potter book, it may be the Lego version. We'll see. Again, we talked about animation earlier. If you want to learn about how to animate Lego, there's that. The Lego Architect for all of our game lovers at home. Minecraft, which is another building block digitally that has caught on greatly. Or if you want to catch a movie, you can see Lego Star Wars, or Lego Friends, the Lego Movie Part 2, and then of course the Batman Lego Movie, which is a really fun version of that. All of those are available on DVD, Blu-ray, and as well as all of our digital apps if you're tuning in a different way over there. But any favorites on the Lego books or movies for either one of you?
The original Lego movie is definitely a favorite, and everything is awesome, especially about the Lego contest.
Yeah. What a great song. What a great song. Yeah. It's funny to think that like this all started out with a little toy, and then that has blossomed into all this different types of learning through books and through movies and through the programs that you're running through this. One more time, I want you to tell the audiences at home, like when and where can they come see this Lego contest that's coming up again?
Well, first we would love if anyone who's thinking about joining would register. You have until February 7th to get that submitted on our website. And then once you're entered, or once you want to come see the entries, you can come to the library on February 14th during Maine's opening hours from 9 to 5 and see our public viewing space, participate in crowd favorite voting. You can check that out Saturday morning, February 15th, and then attend the awards show to see who's won that afternoon.
Yep.
I love it. So we're going to take one more last break right here on NECAT Now. But when we come back, we're going to stack up all the final details on NPL's Lego contest with Pat and Nikki. So stay with us. We'll be right back on NECAT Now.
Television has changed since we first hit the airwaves back in 1978. From tiny static-filled screens with rabbit ears coming out on top and 19 cable channels to choose from, to giant high-definition displays with seemingly endless choices to watch on demand. In that same time, we've seen our city grow from the quaint home of country music to a shining metropolis offering the very best in entertainment, technology, and education. While Nashville, like our viewing habits, has changed, NECAT's mission remains. Expose Middle Tennessee viewers to the best there is to offer from television made locally in Nashville and around the world. To teach individuals and organizations who wish to make film and TV shows how to do so in our studio, using the resources and state-of-the-art equipment to create and broadcast to the public watching at home. A unique place founded on free speech with access for the public. A commercial-free space where imagination triumphs and creativity blossoms through diversity, equity, and inclusion. A dream factory where people can find community and develop the skills needed to have their unique voices heard. From humble beginnings, the spotlight continues to grow brighter. Step into it with us. Nashville Education Community Arts Television. NECAT, powered by Nashville Public Library.
Metro Arts' vision is that every person should have access to a creative life, and few places are more accessible than our city's public library. Metro Arts launched the collection in partnership with Nashville Public Library, established with the goals of expanding access to the arts for all Nashvillians while providing direct support to local artists. 60 original artworks from Nashville area artists are available for anyone with a library card to check out at NPL's Donaldson, East, Green Hills, Hermitage, Madison, Old Hickory, and Southeast locations. For more information and to browse the collection online, please visit library.nashville.gov.
Welcome back to NECAT Now. We've been enjoying conversation with Pat Bashir and Nikki Glassley from Nashville Public Library about the 15th annual LEGO event coming up at the main library in downtown Nashville. Again, I want to make sure our people at home know when this is happening. Tell them one more time, where can they come see this and when is it happening?
So you can come to the downtown library at 615 Church Street in Nashville, 37219. So come visit us. And it will be in the first floor of the library in the conference center. You know, if you don't get to build something, you can still come and vote for your favorite and see all the creations. Yeah.
That's super exciting. I know on top of this, there's a lot of great programs we've already talked about a little bit that happen every day at Nashville Public Library. But what are, again, like, tell us about some of the other things that they may catch on a different day. That's if they can't get down for that day, some of the other programs they can see, the story times, the different events that you guys hold every single week and month.
Yeah. I think one of the best things about the children's department is there's always something to do. No matter when you're at the library, we have a lot of drop-in activities. We just added a new board game collection in the children's department. So if you're coming on a weeknight when we don't have much going on, you can always grab one of our brand new board games and sit and play for a while, or climb around on our reading fort. But we have story times every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. Mondays 9:30 and 10:30, 10:30 the rest of the week, and puppet shows on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a great place for parents, I think,
Absolutely.
just because like there's the idea of like, I think most parents, they want their kids to get education. They want them to be able to play in a safe place. Obviously the library offers that with, you know, you're not out in the weather, you're able to, you know, come inside, catch a story, read a book. If you want to do something by yourself, you can go find a corner to do it, or if you want to participate in a big group, you can join a big group and do all those different things. But can you give me any insight on that? It's like, because again, like I know as a parent, like I used to love, it's like, it's not a babysitting service by any means. We don't want that. But like just to be able to have a breath to go like, okay, somebody other than me can give them some information. What are the looks on the faces of the parents you see as they come in and participate in these programs?
Oh gosh, they're like wowed by our department. Most of the times we get a lot of praise for our programs and for the how our department is built around play, because they also can play with puppets. We also have a sensory room that is for kids with neurodivergent needs or kids that are neurotypical, because sometimes you need to regroup. And so the parents open this room and they go in there and regroup. Yeah. And then they can use that room as well. So yeah, we have also a scavenger hunt that has become very popular, and the kids come looking for it, and you know, so there is a lot of entertainment in our department.
Yeah. I know that the library has a lot of places that you can kind of get connected if you're not inside the physical branch. What are some of the other services that the library offers for children, maybe on the digital scale?
Yeah, we have resources online. We have a lot of databases that have ebooks. We also partner with the Tennessee State Library, and they provide us with TEL. And they have games in their databases. We have plenty of databases where you can get ebooks, audiobooks, movies, magazines. We have so many resources online. It's just like mind-blowing.
I know when my kids were little, it was ABC Mouse. That was the big one that like we spent a lot of time with ABC Mouse back in the day on that one. So it's really cool to see that all come together. Speaking of online, if people wanted to find more information on any of these events, there's obviously the library website, which I'll let you plug, but also like where could they find information on social media, Facebook, Instagram, anything like that?
Yeah, you can find Maine Children's on Instagram, where we will share posts about upcoming programs, announcements about things like Lego, or if you're looking to the future, things like summer reading. You can always find us on Instagram, sometimes sharing stories, sometimes posting reels, but always sharing a lot of good information.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And the library website, Pat, do you know it?
Library.nashville.gov.
One last time, tell us about your event, the dates and the times. That way people know when to come.
Lego contest registration ends February 7th, and you can visit the library February 14th from 9 to 5 for public viewing and crowd favorite voting. You can visit February 15th, the morning of 9 to 12 for public viewing, and then we'll have the awards ceremony at 2, both in person in the Maine's auditorium and on NECAT.
Yeah, and science guides will be at 1 o'clock right before the ceremony.
And the main library is open every day when?
We are open every day 9 to 6, on Saturdays 9 to 5, and on Sundays from 2 to 5.
Pat and Nikki, thank you so much for joining us. I've really enjoyed this conversation. I'm excited for the event and to see it in person and watch it right here on NECAT. So thanks for coming in today.
We'll be very happy to see you at the library when you come see the contest.
This was a blast. Thanks for having us.
Well, that's about all the time that we have today for NECAT Now. I hope you enjoyed exploring Nashville with us, and this one clicked with you, as they say. To find out more about our show and how you can start your very own television show at Nashville Education Community Arts Television, visit us on the web at necatnetwork.org. Until next time, I'm Cameron McCasland signing off for NECAT Now from the beautiful Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. See you next time.